Hey everybody, Robert Wright here, private label law attorney, and today I'm going to tell you how to effectively gate your listings for less than the cost of a soda. Now that might sound absurd, right? But I'll tell you how to do it. Gating, what is gating? Well, we know as private label sellers, we don't own our listings. Amazon owns our listings, okay? We own the copyright in the product photos. We own the copyright in the sales copy. We obviously own the stock. We own our trademark that we've put, our private label that we've put on our product. We own all those elements, but the listing itself, we do not own, right? And so anybody else in the Amazon marketplace, if they're selling the exact same product, not only can they list on your listing, they are obligated to, pursuant to Amazon's own terms of service, right? They have to list on your listing. So how do we gate them? How do we gate the listing? Gating is this notion that, well, we're going to build a fence around our listing that's not going to let anybody else on there, okay? We love gating. People, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, everybody, all these sellers were trying to get in touch with Amazon to petition for gating. And some were successful, most were not, because Amazon doesn't want a closed marketplace. They very much want an open marketplace. So how can you effectively gate your listing for less than the cost of a soda? Well, we know a soda, you go to any vending machine, what, it's $1? It's about $1 to get a soda, right? Here's what I'm going to do. Take that $1, take that 50 cents, and go and find a product that you can bundle with your primary product, okay? Now, I'll give you an example. I was selling a thing of wool dryer balls, okay? Those are commoditized. If you go and you look, there's a bunch of listings with wool dryer balls, right? And so it's easy for other people to kind of jump on your listing and say, hey, I'm selling these wool dryer balls, even if they're branded, even if they're whatever, right? I mean, they're still gonna have that problem that you have to deal with. It's just part of doing business on Amazon. But you know how you effectively gate your listing? Do you know how you make it more difficult for people to properly jump on your listing? You bundle your product with something. So for just a quarter, it cost $0.25. I was able to get a little mesh bag and just bundle it with those dryer balls. So my listing was not just for dryer balls, it was for dryer balls plus this little bag. And so as people would look at my listing, they would say, ooh, I know I'm gonna get in trouble because I don't have a mesh bag. I might have dryer balls and I might be able to pass those off as this guy's branded dryer balls, but I don't have a mesh bag, so I'm gonna move on to the next listing. I cannot tell you how much success I had doing that. I effectively gated my listing, had very little problems with people jumping on it, trying to kind of take away and ride my coattails and kind of take away some of my goodwill. And it was for the cost of $0.25 for this dumb little mesh bag that came with the dryer balls. So as you source products, it's seriously for less than the cost of a Coke, less than the cost of a soda, you're able to gate your listings if you bundle your products. Now, is it foolproof? No, nothing's foolproof, right? I mean, the most foolproof way would be actually Amazon, in fact, turning off the listing and only allowing you there. But if you need a practical step that you can take to gate your listing, bundle, 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 bundle. Okay, I'm telling you, for less than the cost of a Coke, find a small item that goes with your primary item, put the two together under a single UPC, a single ASIN, and you're gonna have great success writing your listings alone as opposed to having some hijacker come in and try to take it over. So there's my guidance for you. For less than the cost of a soda, you can effectively gate your listings, get a bundled product, happy selling.